Visual design, data visualization, really as topics can be heard just about everywhere when you get into the topic of data analysis and viewing information. But how does it apply to designing charts in Excel? Well, we know charts are an incredibly powerful way to view and analyze data to see trends or differences, and our brains are really good at processing that visual information very quickly and looking for differences in size, shape, and color. So by keeping some principles in mind, we can improve the layout of our final template and make it easy to look at and quick for people to understand. To quote from Edward Tufte's visual display of quantitative information, we want to generate the most ideas in the shortest amount of time with the least ink using the smallest possible space. Excel offers a lot of default options when creating charts, and the purpose of good visual design is to let your users quickly and easily read and understand the information presented. Graphics reveal data. To go back to our example on Anscombe's quartet, those charts helped reveal more information than statistical comparison alone. For our opens data, we want to be able to share a series of charts with users to help them answer questions about their open vacancies. To aid that analysis, there are some best practices we're going to keep in mind while designing our graphs. In addition, we want to create a hierarchy in our template that allows readers to flow down through the template. Our visual design choices need to reinforce this hierarchy to help guide viewers and improve readability. So visual processing is first done by pre-attentive processing. So what is pre-attentive processing? So it's where our brain is analyzing data before we begin to focus on it. Our brains can quickly discern differences in color, shapes, sizes, orientations automatically. This happens very, very fast, between 200 and 250 milliseconds and without any conscious effort. So if we think about the charts that we looked at earlier around the differences in openings, part of why the scale matters so much is not just for the sake of honesty, but that it skews our internal sense of the data immediately. Without really any conscious thought, we start to automatically assign differences based on the heights of these two different charts. So to maximize the impact of our charts in Excel, we want to keep it simple. The purpose of creating charts is to aid in the analysis of large amounts of data. Is one value larger than another? Can I see a trend? How do values compare to one another? And we want to make it as easy as possible for users to be able to compare and remember the data. And one of the things that always sticks with me is, short-term memory typically keeps about 7 pieces of information. So we need to limit the number of variables we put in a chart, and we need to try to prevent our overall design from providing too much information that could overwhelm viewers and obscure the message. So what are some best practices we can carry into our Excel design? Well, first of all, we can focus on maximizing white space. We can maximize white space. We want to keep their eyes on the charts and avoid unnecessary background colors and minimize grid lines. This again helps to focus the mind and the eye on the right objects in the Excel template to be able to analyze the data that they're looking for and not be distracted by differences in non-essential colors. We also want to be able to provide proper labels and scale. A chart should be able to stand on its own. One of the advantages, I think, of this Excel template is that by building in all of the axes and the labels correctly into the charts can be copied and pasted directly from Excel right into PowerPoint. We do a lot of presentations, and so these templates allow people not only to get down to the level of data that they need to see, but then copy and paste that chart right into a PowerPoint presentation. And the chart can stand on its own, and people don't have to take a lot of time explaining the chart because the data is already presented correctly for them. We also want to be consistent in our formatting and layout. We want to use easy-to-read fonts, carry our designs throughout the template. We can certainly break our design when needed to make a point, but our eyes will be drawn to it and it will take longer to process something out of the mold. We also want to choose complementary colors. Research has shown that people tend to remember information better when we use a complementary color pattern. And so choosing colors matters beyond just making the graph look pretty. We want to create harmonious colors and use contrasting colors only when we want to bring viewers' eyes to certain parts of the chart. People also tend to automatically group light colors and assign meaning to various colors. For instance, the traffic light, red equals bad, green equals good, yellow equals somewhere in the middle. So we must be thoughtful about our color choices. Data presentation is really as much an art as a science. And the decisions that I make through this are certainly not the right ones. I think one of the most challenging parts for me when I first got started trying to build better visual design was figuring out kind of how I wanted to design it. And so part of this process really is about finding your own personal style through this. But having a good foundation of the principles will help us design an easy to read and quick to understand charts that will aid in the analysis of our dashboard.